Why, hello there! I'm John Cena. Things are finally calm, Florida 9, but for how long? Yuzuki's words are still repeating in my muddled mind. Something is going to happen tomorrow. She's going to come to school. She's like with an AR-15, fully automatic assault rifle weapon with high capacity bullet clip. Am I right? It's a ghost gun. Something bad. And I have no idea what. I glimpse out of my window. The usual tent is still there. I'd be a little more wet than usual. I feel sorry for them having to camp out there in this sort of wet. Then fucking just let them in. Okay? Even if you don't want to be all like, then join me in my bed, girls. You can just like just sleep on the floor for a bit. Like seriously. Seriously. You have people out there risking their lives for you and you're just sort of letting them be out there. That's bad. That's not right. Why you got these blue bottles? Those two girls. They've got to know everything that I'm struggling to understand here. It's not fair that even though this entire situation supposedly revolves around me, I somehow know the least. I don't know if they're doing it to protect me or what, but I'm beginning to feel like it's too late for that. I continue to stare at the tent. It's not that late, so they still might be awake. Okay, yeah, I've decided. I'm gonna fucking do it. I have to make a stand and be assertive. No more secrets. No more games. I ain't wasting no more time. I'll refuse to leave them alone until they tell me all that I need to know. I'll leave them no choice. If they don't do it, I'm gonna cut my own face off. Steeling myself, I slip on my shoes and sneak out into the garden. Yep, this is happening. I'm finally gonna learn everything. I approach the tent, its entrance securely zippooed. But that won't stop me, but it will stop the artists from drawing a new fucking book. I know how these things work. I grab hold of the oh my fucking. The reason the screen's black is because I'm gonna open up the thing. I'm gonna open up the tent. It's gonna unzip. I'm gonna open up the flaps, and there's gonna be like, and they're gonna have like no clothes on, and they're gonna be like, oh, Kenta! No hesitating here. I'll give them no time to stop ahead me, and then one swift motion, I unzip the tent's door. Come on, bring it on, bitch! No more secrets. I want answers, and I want them. It's gonna happen. What is it? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it'd be. How large is the tent that they're in? Okay, I understand the nudity, yes, okay? That is understandable. How the fuck are they standing perfectly upright in a tent? How large is this tent? Is this like a full-size tent? I was under, okay. Dude. I was under the intent, no, the idea that it was like, it was like one of these deals, you know? Where you got like a flap. You got a flap, it's one of those deals. You got the stakes, you know, stakes with the sticks. Stick stakes. I thought it was one of those. But as it turns out, it's more like one of these. One of these. One of these. In which case, I would feel less bad about them having to stay out there because that's at least a fairly reasonably sized tent. I have just made this hell for myself to censor, haven't I? Kenta!
Well, what the hell do you think you're... What the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh no. Oh fuck. I gave Hikari and Yuzuki the same voice, didn't I?
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh no. I may have made a mistake here. Apparently past experiences have taught me nothing. My jaw drops and I find myself unable to put together any form of reply at the sight before me. Upon opening the tent, I'm greeted by the pair of them, undressing in a space that looks far bigger. Emphasis on pair, on the inside, that does on the outside. A dizzying fragrance drifts forth from the tent and stir my senses, rendering me more dazed than what? Fragrance of what? Like, yoga candles? Yoga candles aren't a thing. What the fuck is a yoga? My eyes are torn between the pair, unsure of where to settle as they flit between them. They're both so, pleasing to the... Oh, God, don't do that. While both of them are clearly embarrassed, Sayaka only seems surprised about the whole ordeal. But I can see Hikari practically shaking with what I only can assume is rage. This isn't fair. How was I supposed to know? They do this stuff on purpose, I swear to God!
Kenta!
Hikari barks, scrambling for something within their oddly spacious tent. Okay, it is an oddly spacious tent to cover herself with. Right, sorry, yeah. The right thing to do here would be to zip the tent back up and wait for them to get dressed, but all I can do is gawk don't, curse my natural, I hate the writing so much. I can't help but look. It's what I'm,
Just what? Being a pervert? Because I can clearly see that.
Oh God, I hope none of the neighbors can hear this. You got me all wrong. I just wanted to. She cuts me off, naturally. Of course, I was never going to be allowed to explain myself. That's just not how it works with these girls.
No more excuses. I let you off last time, but now...
With a blanket covering most of her bare body, Hikari marches towards me with a scary exposition, all while Sayaka stands by. Maybe we should just hear him out? No. I'm sure he wouldn't just barge in here without a good reason.
Oh, he has a reason, all right. That... a perverted one.
Now, Hikari, listen to her. I really do minus. She cracks her fist. Have mercy! Her fist flies, and I soon see stars as I'm left flat on my back, gazing skywards within my garden. I'm left sprawled out for a good moment before Sayaku and Kukuru approach me, now fully dressed. Why does everything have to be so difficult? Of course. They couldn't draw the garden. After explaining how I met Yuzuki the other day and what she had told me, it seems I finally convinced them to explain things. I've led them to my room. Okay, at least they say that we're in the room now. They don't say, yeah, we're in the garden now. The garden. To comfortably explain things. The tent was an option, but I have bad memories of that place now. Sayaka plops down on my bed and excitedly looks about the room, while Hikari stands by the door, still angry about before. I said I was sorry, you fucking dingus. Ugh. So this is your room, huh? It's finally nice to be able to see it from the inside after spying on it all this... You know, because they never changed backgrounds, I had this idea that the bathroom with the shower in it, I had this idea that the shower was actually connected to this room. So I thought she would have had to go through this room in order to get to the bathroom. I'm just getting a lot of revelations about the setting of this game between this fucking tent and the room. It's like a whole new game. I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
It's surprisingly neat.
Okay, so are you guys finally ready to tell me what the heck is going on? I wonder what sort of things Kenta has saved on his computer. Oh, I wonder what's in this folder. It's labeled not porn. Sayaka reaches over and prods at my laptop. Guys, can we focus, please? Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. Thank you. Sayaka sits up straight and takes on a serious expression. That's not a serious expression. One that I wasn't even sure she was capable of, except for the fact that she's literally made that face many times before. We really were gonna tell you, Kenta! It wasn't something that we wanted to keep a secret, but we just thought we could handle things on our own before letting you in on it all. But as you've heard from that Yuzuki person, time really is running short now.
Which, by the way, I still can't believe you didn't tell us about up until now. Do you realize how much danger you put yourself in when you went to face her alone? In the rain!
Hikari cuts in and stomps her way across to join Sayaka, fire in her face. See, this is why I didn't tell her anything. I know, it was stupid, but it was the only thing I could learn. Way I could learn anything since you guys weren't being very helpful.
That's...
She falls silent. Guess I got her there. Ha-ha! Bitch! Ba-boom! He has a good point, Igara!
Don't side with him. You're supposed to be my partner.
So all I hear is how time is running short, but why? What exactly will happen tomorrow? 9/11! What though? Enough with the cryptic stuff. Don't yell at me, Kenta! Sheesh. Calm down, I was just gonna be getting into them. I may have lost it a little there, for like a third of a second. I pull back from her and quiet down. Tell me, Kenta, what do you know about your bloodline, huh? Your ancestors! What the fuck is this Morrowind bullshit? Am I gonna go after raid an ancestral tomb and get the fucking Nerevar moon and star? Is that what's gonna happen? I don't really. Wait, why is this important?
Your blood is the most important thing here. It's why we're even bothering to protect you.
Hikari, don't be mean. But, yeah, she's right, yeah. If it fell into the wrong hands, namely Yuzuki's, we'd be in a lot of trouble, though. Why my blood? What's so special about mine? It might be a little hard to believe, but you're John Cena! I'm a fucking wizard! Come again? Why on earth, where on earth did they dig up that, I think if they came to me with that on the first day, well, I would have labeled them as crazy. I still did, but now I know that they're at least somewhat good source. They're at least a secondary source. But after all I've seen, it's a bit easier to believe.
How much more does it need to be spelled out for you? You have AIDS. Blood.
Shouting it into my ear doesn't help me process it better, you dingus. Hey, why wouldn't I know something like this? It seems pretty important. Well, the world in general doesn't really know about the existence of magic anymore. They did back when D&D was real, but then, like at one point, some guy said, okay, guys, let's stop being fucking nerds. And then everybody just stopped using magic, and they all forgot. It's sort of just something that got lost in the history books as technology slowly began to take over. So, you know, most families with magic at their blood at this point don't even know about it. It's just something that lies dormant now. Okay. So if a lot of people have this magic blood, what makes mine so special? More special than theirs, anyway. I'm glad you asked. Sayaka hops to her feet from the bedu, taking me by surprise. This girl can't sit for more than a minute, I swear. I won't bore you with all the details, so here's the story in short. She clears her throat as if this were a school presentation she had been practicing for. Hundreds of years ago, back when the magic was still prevalent in the world, there existed a mage with a tremendous power. So much, in fact, that she was pretty much the mage at the time. She was like the Robert Downey Jr. of mages. Everyone looked up to her, except for that period of time where she was on a whole shit ton of drugs, and she was an inspiration to us all. But you know what happens to people with all the power in the world, right? They do the drugs. She frowns and lets out a sigh. They always want more power. It changes people, corrupts them. So she wanted dominion over everything, and she started this galactic empire, and together with her old senator friend who was actually evil, she killed everybody in the Jedi Order, except for an old guy, a short old guy, and a child who it turns out was actually her child, and then her child teamed up against the old senator guy, and then they threw him off a fucking thing into a hole over everyone even. All the respect that people once had for her turned to fear, and she became a blight on the land. Everywhere she went, darkness followed and spread across the land as she went about her conquest. This is getting pretty lengthy. And why do I feel I know this person she's talking about? Are you still with me, Kenta? She leans forward and raises an eyebrow to let out a yawn. What? Yeah, yes, 100%, I think. But what does this person have to do with me? I'm getting there, you fuck!
Basically, you're related to the person that had the courage to stand up to this Dark Queen and put her in her place. You're related to the first Meninist! Ooh!
Hikari! Why did you have to do fucking spoilers?
Because if you tell the whole story, we're gonna be here until the sun rises. And time is of the essence here.
Aww. I was really getting into it there and everything. Thanks. I appreciate that. So, what? My ancestor killed this evil queen person?
If he did, we wouldn't be here having this conversation right now. No, with all the power she had, killing her was an impossibility. I wouldn't go as far as to say she was immortal, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close.
The best he could do was seal her inside a fucking box of Pringles. box of Pringles. They can come in fucking boxes. Using the most powerful sealing magic he could muster. And then Sakura Dungeon happened. That's what happened. Which leads us back to that magical blood pumping aside together. Essentially, he tied his fate with hers when locking her away. A seal so powerful it will only unlock when one strict condition is met. And what condition is that?
I think you should know by now.
Something to do with D's nuts, right? Bingo! Her seal will only truly unlock if it comes in contact with the blood of one who sealed her away, or by extension, any of his descendants. Well, actually, not just any descendant. It has to be one who has latent magical power reside. Wait. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone for a second. If I have mage blood as part of my lineage, doesn't that mean that all of my ancestors would have latent magical power? So that means... It means your dad is safe, and that shadows have no interest in him. He does have some magic in his blood, but it's not really enough to realize any of his abilities. Huh. That's pretty convenient. Sayaka stretches and lets out a tiny yawn. It must have been exhausting for her to focus on one subject for so long. I think things are finally starting to make sense. So are you following so far? Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Basically, my blood is the key to unlocking something terrible. Pretty much! But then if it's connected to my blood, why are we running out of time?
The seal will thankfully never break unless your blood is spilled. But it's been a long time since she's been imprisoned. Meaning that the seal is weakening in its effectiveness with each passing day, and ever so slowly her influence has been creeping into the world.
Kenta, your head itches. God, my throat's fucking dry as shit. Your head itches? I see. So she's almost calling out to me, in a sense?
It's why the monsters have been as organized as they have. And why that girl, Yuzuki? She instilled whatever power she could muster into that girl, and is using her as a puppet until she's finally free herself. I'm not sure what lies she may have fed that girl in order to get her to obey, but she's infected her mind. And given the current rate that her vileness has been seeping from her prison, tomorrow will be when she achieves even more influence on the world. The monsters will become more rampant than before. Yuzuki will become more powerful too.
Basically, our job will become even more difficult than it already is. That's bad, huh? Fucking pop-up. Which brings us down to business. To defeat. When we were first assigned to watch over you, all we had to do was take care of a stray shadow or two if they suddenly decided to act on instinct. Team instinct, am I right? Fuck those guys. Hashtag. And that was easy enough. You had no idea that those things even existed, and we were able to keep hidden and watch from afar. Overwatch from afar. But then things started to go wrong. When you saw that shadow, it really took both Hikari and I by surprise. It was like it was on a mission and completely slipped past our super vigilant Overwatch. My fucking throat.
If I recall, wasn't that the day you insisted on getting a sandwich?
No, it didn't happen! We were ever vigilant. Huh? I guess I was even luckier than I thought that they had managed to save me back then. So anyway, once we were forced to show ourselves to you, it was clear that something wasn't right, after all. And that was even more obvious when Yuzuki assaulted us. Wielding a power unlike anything we'd ever seen before.
We've been looking into it when we have free time. Which is rarely ever when tasked with having to watch after you fucking...
Well, excuse me for existing.
And it quickly became apparent that things weren't going to solve themselves once we learned that this place and the seal in place have been slowly weakening.
We need to reinforce our prison with bricks. Shit ton of bricks. Strengthen it so that our influence can't affect the outside world anymore. Only if it were that easy. We could have done it ourselves without bothering you. Sayaka pulls a complicated expression. I don't think I'm gonna like what she has to say next. Kenta! We need your help. Me? How the heck am I supposed to help? You guys are the only ones with all the fancy powers. I mean, you literally just told me that I have powers, but, you know, I don't listen.
It's not exactly ideal that we have to rely on you, I know, but we have no choice. And we're out of time to search for alternative means.
Basically, since the seal was created by someone in your bloodline, and your line to link to them, it can only be extracted by someone bearing the same blood. I mean, technically we could break the seal that's there and trap her in a new one, but fuck that! So in other words, I'm really the only solution here. I'm not sure how to take this. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about this magic business, though. Am I even capable of doing such a thing? Sayaka tenses a moment to ponder such a thing, a finger to her chin as her eyes run over me. Remember that night when Ikari was having fun with that tentacle shadow? Hey, wink.
I was not having fun!
I guess so. What does that have to do with anything? You used Hikari's fucking sword, didn't you? You used it next time, though. Next time. We used it! Skip mode!